Most of you listening to this show, you're already successful entrepreneurs, business owners, you're a professional, and you figured out how to win. But here's the catch. Winning at one level doesn't guarantee winning at the next. In fact, what got you here might sabotage your next chapter if you forget the basics. So today on the Exit, I'm not talking about hacks or high-level strategies. I'm talking about fundamentals. These 15 fundamentals are life and money non-negotiables that, when consistently practiced, give you an unfair advantage on your path to owning the exit. So let's dive in. So here's 15 life and money fundamentals that you absolutely must master and remaster if you're ever going to own the exit. Number one is first impressions. Now, this is not about being flashy, but it is about being sharp. Now, it would be impossible to master first impressions by listening to one episode of one podcast, but my first business mentor when I was 18 gave me 3 points that are simple, down to earth, and high impact. And I'm going to give you those 3 things, how to make a great first impression. Number one is the shoes you wear. The person may not be positively impacted by your nice shoes, but your dirty, ugly shoes will lower anybody's impression of you. And I know it sounds basic and even shallow, but it is statistically proven that bad, ugly, dirty shoes lower your status and lower your first impression. The second thing is the way that you smell. Nobody is positively impressed by someone who smells bad. Scent is the strongest sense tied to memory. And if you want people to remember you, a simple place to start is to smell good. The third is eye contact. The average person only maintains eye contact less than 30% of the time in a conversation. But the scientific money spot is 60 to 70% eye contact during conversation. That's when the deepest connections are built. That's when the deepest trust is built. So trust me, if you do that, double and triple the amount of eye contact, you'll make a bigger, stronger first impression. Now, the goal, it's not to impress everybody, but it is to signal to the right people that you're the real deal. First impressions. Number 2, conversation, man. Conversations open doors that money can't. You got to get good at having real conversation. And that starts with practicing the art of being interested, not just interesting. Be interested in the other person, not just interesting. Ask better questions. Learn the rhythm of a great story. You're not just networking, you're connecting. And in high-level deals, connection always beats the presentation. So learn how to have good conversations. Number 3, listening. 99% of people listen to respond. The top 1% of people listen to understand. The best investors that I know, for example, ask fewer questions, but they ask them better, and then they shut up. Why? Because insight lives in the silence, not in the noise. So get good at listening. Number 4, writing. Writing, I think of writing as thinking in slow motion. So if your thoughts are unclear, your deals, your decisions, your direction will be too. If you want to raise capital, if you want to build a brand, if you want to pitch a partnership or sell a product, learn to write persuasively. Clear writing is clear leadership. In an age of AI and ChatGPT and all of that kind of stuff, this is something that's going to get harder and harder for you to do as a discipline. But you need to spend time writing, not just getting ChatGPT to write your stuff for you, but writing, because it's more important for you to slow your thinking. And that's what writing does. It's thinking in slow motion. Number 5, public speaking. Public speaking is the number one credibility multiplier. If you can stand in front of 10, 100, 1,000 people and you can command attention with truth and clarity, then you will accelerate your path to influence, to income, and to impact. And if you practice this like your wealth depends on it, then you will achieve greater wealth, because guess what? Your wealth does depend on your ability to communicate your thoughts effectively. Number 6 is your personal fitness. Wealth without health is misery, period. Now, you don't have to have 6-pack abs, but you do need stamina. You do need endurance because the deal flow doesn't care if you're tired. Energy is like a bank account, and fitness, working out every day, is the deposit. Spend the money, hire a trainer, take care of your body, your mind, your emotions. They're all connected to your physical health. If you're not taking care of your physical health, then you're not taking care of anything in your life. It's the one thing that you have the most control over, and you're the only person that can do anything about it. And that leads to number 7, which is what you eat. You got to think of food as either fuel or fog. You see, most people eat what's cheap, easy, or emotional, right? They eat because of cravings. But high performers, the people who go to the next level and succeed exponentially above everyone else, they eat what makes them feel sharp. They eat what fuels their brain and their body. So the rule that I follow is the same diet is not going to work for everybody, but one thing will: kill all the processed crap, all the processed junk. If it comes in a box or a can, get it out of your house and then start to run experiments. Pay attention to what you put in your body. Journal how you feel after a meal. If it energizes you, double down on eating that thing. If it makes you feel heavy and groggy, stay away from it. It's that simple. Number 8 is sleep. I hear entrepreneurs all the time that are bragging about 4-hour nights of sleep. Man, I only got 4 hours last night because I was working. Those guys are freaking amateurs. Professionals know this. 7 to 9 hours of sleep, quality sleep every night unlocks decision-making, clarity, emotional control. It is the original performance-enhancing drug. Sleep. Don't skip it. Don't skimp on it. It is absolutely essential, and anyone who tells you otherwise is an amateur. Don't listen to them. Number 9, investing. If your money isn't working when you're sleeping, you'll be a slave to your work forever. Income is how you make money, but investing is how you build wealth and multiply money. Study investing like your freedom depends on it, because it does. Number 10, energy management. Time is finite, but energy is renewable. So it's not about managing your schedule. You don't need better time management. It's about managing your state. It's about managing your energy. You have to learn what drains you and what fuels you. Guard your mornings. Take breaks on purpose. And I would say there's a book that I read years ago called The Power of Full Engagement. It talks about this guy who trained professional tennis players, and he would get them to go super, super hard in intensity and then take a commensurate amount of recovery. And the idea was to increase your energy levels. You have to intentionally create stress and then give yourself a commensurate amount of recovery. So a lot of you out there are just going hard and not giving yourself that recovery, and you're wondering why you continue to feel like you're dragging. You've got to get control of your energy management even more than your time management. Number 11, discipline. The freedom that you want is on the other side of the discipline that you avoid. If you want to grow wealth, if you want to grow influence, if you want to just grow your peace of mind, you need to discipline your calendar. You need to discipline your spending. You got to discipline your diet, because if you can't lead yourself, then you can't and shouldn't be leading anything else. Number 12, learning. The minute you stop learning, you start losing. So read, listen, invest in coaches. Most people plateau because they stop getting better. But the truth is, your best ideas are still in someone else's book, course, or conversation. So never stop learning. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners. Warren Buffett reads 52 books a year, and that makes him 52 times more likely to continue to be successful than anybody else. It's an unfair advantage, and you can do it easily. There's so much access to opportunities to learn and grow and become a better version of yourself. Learn. Number 13, focus. In today's world especially, attention is currency, and most people are broke. Sometimes you got to turn off your notifications. You need to batch out your tasks. You got to guard your deep work like your freaking legacy depends on it, because in a lot of ways, it does. You have to keep control of your focus. Number 14, rest and relaxation. I get it. The entrepreneurial grind is noble, but if you never rest, you're going to burn out. You weren't built to sprint forever. You need seasons of war and seasons of Sabbath. Learn to rest. Do it without guilt. It's not soft. It's strategic. It makes you better. Number 15, this one gets ignored by high-level successful people all the time, and it's absolutely the thing that will destroy you if you don't get it right. And that's your personal finances, your personal money. Now, money, we all know it doesn't solve all your problems, but it does solve your money problems. But also, mismanaging money is part of creating all your problems. You need to know your personal numbers. You need to track your personal net worth. You need to save intentionally, aggressively, but don't hoard. Invest wisely. Don't invest emotionally. The goal should never be to be richer. It should be to be more free. All right, these 15 fundamentals, they might seem basic, but that's the point. Every single next level of your business, your wealth, and your impact will still be built on these bricks. You never outgrow them. You have to master them again and again. So take inventory, pick the ones that you've drifted away from the most, and recommit to them today. Because when you get the fundamentals right, everything else gets easier. And that is how you own the exit.